is it? Oh, this storm, this place, this island.
Oh, now, he won't last long. It'll pass.
I've got
Try to control yourself.
away from here.
So have we all. But how?
Now, hear this, Jean-Paul Desmond. It seems you have the beginning of a mutiny on your hands. Now, we can't have that, can we? Or you shall never have your lovely Erica back again.
I must speak to Jean-Paul. For we all lose control.
Oh, please, soon. I just can't take this place anymore. But even if you do speak to him, how will you know it's really he?
Now hear this, Jean-Paul Desmond. You have the beginnings of mutiny on your hands, and you can't have that, can you? If you ever want to have your Erica back again. You see the problem, Erica, my darling? Since I tried to play God, I freed the devil instead. But I promise you this, no one will leave this island alive until you are brought again alive to me and leave here with me.
Feel more relaxed now, Holly?
Yes. I'm more determined. I stowed away to get to this horrible island. And I can leave the same way.
No, you can't, Holly. We're being closely watched. It's too dangerous.
Is it more dangerous to stay here?
I can't argue that.
What are we going to do?
Nothing. We're forced to.
You get my message? Oh, come. You don't have to kneel in my presence. On your feet, man. We have work to do.
I will not align myself with the devil.
For dear Erica's sake, you have little alternative. Unless you find that conjure doll and pierce its temple with the silver pin. But that's witchcraft. Not quite your cup of tea, is it? Or should I say, the devil's brew is not for you. You see, us doesn't rhyme, and I feel so poetic this morning.
How did you find my secret room?
Secret? Between you and me? You know, sometimes I honestly believe you've slipped your mooring.
You're enough to drive anyone to insanity.
Nonsense. I'm here to help, not hinder. So Erica can be free and in your arms again. Unless you'd rather she remain in that cold, drab, dismal capsule.
You mentioned a mutiny. Who?
Oh, then you did get my message.
Who, I said. Tell me who.
Who? Or should it be whom? Now, why don't you go back to your little playroom and peek around, and I'll tell you when you're hot. Dear me, seems I always am.
If it's the last thing I'll do, I'll help Raxel find that doll and pin.
Tell you what, I'll give you both a sporting chance. I won't tell you where they are hidden. Whoops, man the guns. We're being invaded. See you later. I can't stand the sight of blood. Just a little goodie to lighten your day.
Jean-Paul, please, may we speak with you?
Later, please. There's something I have to look after first.
I look like you've seen a ghost.
I feel as if I've just seen one.
Well, this place gives me the shivers.
Oh, Erica. Erica, how am I ever going to free myself of that devil's control? And if I do, will it mean that I will never see you again in this life? I'm not going to gamble that. And I won't!
Well, what are you looking at me for? I'm on your side.
Here. Blow.
Thank you. You know, when I first came here, I thought Mr. Desmond was the living end. Now I'm not so sure.
Well, he has changed. I can't deny that. I don't know, he's so unhappy and so unsure.
Unsure of this cryonics jazz?
Yes, and what to do about all of us.
I think he should round us up and ship us back to the main island, pronto.
But he can't. I mean, he doesn't think so. Now, he's made it absolutely clear that he intends to keep everything that's happened here completely secretive. I mean, if word about this were publicized, a man of his reputation would be held to ridicule. And Dan Forrest thinks even for infraction of the law.
Mess I got myself into.
Proving that when you run away from trouble, you usually run into it again.
I'm afraid every page of my biography will be filled with trouble.
Some of it is self-written.
Oh, what does that mean?
I mean that your mother's not your only problem, Holly.
Oh, so now here it comes, eh? The big establishment pitch. Oh, look at life. Face life, Holly. Face yourself.
So I'm the establishment. So what? I'm talking about something completely different.
Well, I guess I'll have to give you A for originality. What? Something different.
I'm talking about Reverend Matt Dawson.
He's a person, not a thing.
Then why don't you respect him as a person?
Hi, Holly. Ready to put in a day's work?
Later.
Well, what's got into her?
Some sense, I hope. Good morning, Mrs. Marshall.
Dr. Carr? Good morning, dear. How's the portrait coming along?
Slowly.
Holly isn't much help, is she?
Sitting in for a dead woman isn't the easiest job in the world.
Well, I will agree that live flesh is more inspiring. Artistically, I mean.
Oh, I wasn't sure.
You may take it as you wish, Tim.
No, I'm not sure what that means either.
A canvas is inanimate. You will agree to that.
Yeah, but I met some people with about as much vitality as a 10-cent caricature.
Present company accepted, I hope. I'd love to see some of your other work, Tim. They say a painting expresses the artist.
Like a novel or symphony is the author's way to communicate? Yes.
Exactly. That's why I'm certain that your pictures would be most exciting.
But Mrs. Marshall, I'm a comparative neophyte.
You mean young? But not too young.
Now, that's the second time you've got me confused.
I'll try to be more specific in the future.
Psst. Psst. Over here. I've spent many lifetimes wooing and worrying, but that Elizabeth Marshall, she's really on the advance. Have to keep an eye on her before she gets in the way of our little personal war for the kingdom of the mind. I do wish it were an easy fight for your sake and Erica's, but there's so much more fun to a long battle. Don't you agree? Even though more may die as a result.
I didn't mean to be rude. That's what I came back to tell you.
I understand. We're all edgy, and for good reason.
Still, I do apologize.
Oh, forget it, Holly. I understand.
I wish I could. But myself, I mean. Here I am, almost 21, and I still want to hide in closet when it thunderstorms.
Well, I'm way past 21, and I hate thunderstorms, too. But they're a part of life, so I just, grimace and bear it.
Down here, they never seem to stop.
Well, here hurricanes and storms come out as often as the sun. But then when the sun does come out, it's appreciated.
Meaning there are bright sides to life.
I've seen you smile. Why don't you do it more often?
I wish there was more occasion to smile.
Well, you can make those occasions, Holly.
You know, that's what's wrong with this weird life. Nobody ever makes a real stand for their happiness.
Well, now that's step number 1 for you to take.
Well, why do you think I ran away?
Well, I don't know, since you brought all your animosities and your chips on the shoulder and your feelings about the Reverend with you.
Oh, why did you have to bring the good Padre into it again?
Because he's concerned about you.
And about himself. I read him as much as he reads his Bible.
Yes, but I think he's able to digest it better than you are.
What are you, a medical doctor or a head shrinker?
No, I'm just a researcher. And you're not a very difficult problem. But you think you are.
You know, you may have me pegged.
Yeah. Just look at yourself. What do you see?
Well, I can't see how you can get so excited about pictures you've never even seen.
But I do want to see them.
If we ever get off this island, maybe you will.
I look forward to that.
Mrs. Marshall, something's about to blow wide open.
I don't understand.
Oh, don't kid me. You're only out here for your own pleasures. Oh, I admit I was a little desperate, too, when I got a sniff of Mr. Desmond's loot. But at least I'm working for my take. Your only work is being on the take from your own daughter. And in a different way, from me. Oh, forget it.
I started out thinking you were a nice young man. Now I'm convinced that you're the most offensive and impossible, and prone to taking words to your own low level.
The bargain basement's on an even lower level. Why don't you try shopping there?
You are absolutely immoral.
Stuff that in the dead letter office. You've been canceled out, Mrs. Marshall.
Really?
Really?
I like that young man. He has a cold steel quality. But the woman, oh, the epitome of evil. The spirit within all mankind that is irrepressible and irresistible and unpredictable, like me.
Holly,
Oh, hello.
where have you been hiding yourself?
I haven't been hiding. Do I have to account to you for every minute of my time?
No, of course not, dear. Where have you been, though?
I've been up on the roof reaching for the stars. Only they're never out when it shines and they're never out when it storms.
I'd like to ask you to do something for me.
What, drop dead?
No, please, I'm trying to be sincere.
Well, that's difficult, isn't it?
I must warn you about that artist.
Tim?
He's not the nicest sort. Or have you noticed?
And you want me to steer clear,
For your own good?
leaving the field wide open for you.
Oh, come off it, Holly. He's a boy. And not a very nice one.
What about Jean-Paul Desmond? He's not a boy. Why should I stay away from him?
He does seem to have an eye on you, my pet.
Like my father did. And you resented that, too.
Well, that's not true, and you know it. Actually, I'm flattered that he likes my daughter.
Oh, are you? Are you really, Mother? I seem to sense a slow burn coming on. Like who needs a daughter to foul up her play?
Don't be ridiculous, Holly. We could scarcely be rivals.
Oh, don't count on it. Baby Jane has blossomed. But I wouldn't throw myself in front of the first man, or boy, as you call Tim.
Well, Holly, just be certain that baby Jane doesn't wither on the vine before she has a chance to grow.
Are you keeping your fingers crossed for that? Look, let's level with each other, eh? You're after Mr. Jean-Paul Desmond and his millions, correct?
How dare you?
How dare I be honest? You're down on Tim, because he obviously turns you on, while you turn him off. Anybody but a blind man could see the play you make for Mr. Desmond. Well, why not? He's attractive, rich, and available. Your only competition would be from a dead woman. Well, she's got more without turning an eyelash than you could ever have.
Hello, Mrs. Marshall.
Dr. Carr?
Where's Holly going?
Holly's always on her way to nowhere.
And you?
Why? I'm her mother. And I might add, a worried one.
Well, you've every right to be. Forgive me for speaking frankly, but well, there's something about this strange milieu that prompts one to speak frankly about things that you would otherwise keep hidden.
What are you trying to say, Dr. Carr?
As we're going to be on this island for quite a while, why don't you make some effort to be what you claim to be?
What is that?
A mother. Holly needs one.
Instead of what you're afraid I might be? A rival?
Jean-Paul Desmond. Your dear Erica would turn in her grave, if she was in a grave, if she realized that your romantic appeal is still at its peak. I can't wait to get into your act, because when I do, I'll act.
My darling, I do know what is right and wrong. And to be with you is all that is right for me. I cannot control either, though. For is it wrong to want you alive again? Is it wrong for me to want to give up my life for yours, if need be? Because the devil will not have my soul. And if it means freeing you from the capsule, I will. We will destroy each other so that at least we may share our eternity together.
So give her peace, O Lord, and rest in thy kingdom. And have mercy upon her loved ones, who are so sorely troubled at losing her. Grant them also peace, in the name of thy great compassion. Amen. Quito, you startled me. A storehouse of the past, generation by generation. But you are the one I must see. I want to leave too, but how? Unless you help me leave not just this crypt, but Mal Jardin. Your boat. If I can use it to get to the main island.
Your words fall on deaf ears, Reverend Dawson.
He may not be able to talk, but Quito can hear Raxel.
But he cannot help you leave Maljardin. No one can.
Cannot or will not.
You must not leave. For her sake.
Whose? Polly?